Greetings, Internet. Today I'm bringing you a build that I've wanted to do a video on for a while, but I wasn't too happy with the way it was working, so I initially scrapped the idea and then tried a magicka version of the setup. But then after playing that, I was kind of disappointed again, and I went back to the stamina version, which I ended up calling the Packmaster, or Pack Leader. Actually, what did I call it? Pack Leader? Oh, Packmaster. There you go. But yeah, so the build is basically a pet build, but obviously once you hear that, you go, that can't be good. And usually it's really bad, so I tend to agree. But this actually kind of works. And I've been PvPing with it all day yesterday. And a few times before that, and it worked pretty well. It relies mostly on the werewolf form, but you can play really well without it as well. But this is mostly a werewolf oriented build. Anyway, so first let me go through the gear we're wearing. You can see we've got Shadowrend. Something nice with the new update is the fact that you now have these transmute crystals. I still haven't gotten enough to even be able to transmute one item, because I haven't been able to play that much recently. But once I get 50, I'll be changing this headpiece to impenetrable. So anyway, we've got 2 pieces of Shadowrend. You want to go full heavy on all your gear, just because it makes you so freaking tanky. So we've got Shadowrend, head and shoulder obviously. You want to go for heavy, as I said, and impenetrable in both. And then I'm running more cooldown, 5 pieces as well. These sets don't give you that much, what's it called, stamina and weapon damage and stuff, but it's still a pretty good setup, I think. So you can see this spawns a sword that is triggered by your light and heavy attacks, which is what you'll be weaving with the entire time. You'll be using it as your main attack when you're in werewolf form, so on. So it procs a lot. And the Shadowrend is when you take damage, it spawns a pet. The thing is, the more cooldown pet and the Shadowrend pet cannot be targeted and killed, which makes them extremely powerful and really annoying, because you can't CC them and you can't kill them. So it's just a constant ticking damage that follows you, and it's really good at locking players out of stealth, you know, sort of. Then we've got a new set that came out with Clockwork City, which is the Unfathomable Darkness. That's a hard name to say. And it says when you deal damage, you have a 10% chance to call a murder of crows, which is what you call a group of crows. It's called a murder. And they're basically around you for 12 seconds, and every 3 seconds one will fly at a nearby target and deal damage. So all these 3 sets together is just a lot of annoying small damage ticks constantly happening. And you can see we've got, as our weapons, we've got the Unfathomable Darkness. So it only triggers when we're all on our dual wield bar, which is fine because that's what you've got your werewolf form on. And then as a two-hander, I've got the Asylum Greatsword. This might be the single best fucking two-hander weapon in the game, because it's got such a freaking good ability. You can see it has a 1-piece bonus that says when you deal damage with reverse slash, you generate up to 14 ultimate based on how much execute bonus damage it dealt. So once you get to 25%, you start generating ultimate. And the lower health the enemy has, the more ultimate you generate, and it's per hit with no cooldown. It's really, really strong. So Shadowrend you get from Banished Cells 1. More cooldown is a crafted set from Orsinium. Let me just show you that real quick. There's a quest in the Morkel Stronghold that's gonna bring you to like this. Let's see exactly where it is. Well, it's somewhere around here. There's like a secret entrance to some place where you can craft this set, and it's a 9 trait, I think. And Unfathomable Darkness drops in all of Clockwork City. I bought most of my pieces. They're really, really cheap because no one uses this set. The weapons, I still need better weapons. I kind of wanted to go for, I think, double axes with infused on the main and sharpen on the offhand or something like that. And then the Asylum Greatsword you get from the new trial, which is located here. You can see this is the Clockwork City, the Brass Fortress, and that's the new trial. You get this on normal and veteran. I'm not sure why beating it on veteran still doesn't give you the good version, because there is a better version. This is what is referred to an imperfect asylum weapon. But there's a better version, but you can only get that from hard mode, which is pretty stupid, I think. So there's really no point in doing veteran unless you want a nice title. Like, you have to do hard mode to get the skin, to get the polymorph, to get the better weapons. So it's kind of lame. It's kind of extorting you, forcing you to do the really annoying content, you know. Which I don't mind it, but it's just, it feels kind of pointless when the veteran completion only gives you a title. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. Alright, so the skills, you can see on our dual wheel bar, we've got Blood Craze, Hurricane, Resolving Vigor, Streak, Dark Deal, and Pack Leader. As the Werewolf, we've got Feral Pounce for more time in the form. Hircine's Fortitude, this is a health over time, or heal over time, as well as an instant health gain. I tend to use the other one that gives 10% more damage, but after using this, it just makes you so freaking tanky. And this setup isn't really focusing on damage as much as it's focusing on survivability. So this one goes a lot better with this setup. Then we've got Ferocious Roar, Howl of Agony, and Claws of Life. And basically, Hircine's Fortitude and Claws of Life is everything you're just depending on to stay alive when you're in the werewolf form, as well as dodge rolling and stuff. I was thinking that I could use the Daedric Prey version of this ability, and then replace either Blood Craze or some other ability with it. But the thing is, I use all my magicka on either Streak or Dark Deal. Well, and Surge as well. So I feel like having another magicka drain really isn't that good of an idea. Also, the food I use tends to be the tri-food. You can see this is out of PvP. We've got this much stamina. This is because of the CP. This is actually a non-CP oriented build. But yeah, so you tend to get, like, I think 33k stamina when you're in the non-CP campaigns and battlegrounds. But yeah, this is sort of what the stats look like a little bit. I'm actually running the wrong Mundus. I was gonna run the what's it called? I forget what it's called, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, I was gonna run a different one. I was thinking either stam regen or penetration, but I'm not so sure which one I would pick. Okay, so two-handed bar, we've got Stampede. I tend to use the other one, but this one's just really, really good with the slow. Like, it's a 60% movement speed decrease. Then I've got Dizzying Swings, Critical Surge, Reverse Slice, Forward Momentum, and Dawnbreaker Smiting. I used to run Energy Overload and then have a bunch of abilities on the extra bar it gives you, but it's just kind of wasted not to use Dawnbreaker, especially with, you know, this weapon when you can just get ultimate so freaking fast. So yeah, I used to also have Shuffle on my bar, but after Clockwork City you now need 5 pieces of medium armor to use it, which I don't mind because I'm seeing it a lot less in PvP, and the people that do have the evasion tend to be a little bit squishier because they're not wearing, you know, full heavy armor. So it's kind of a good thing, I think, that they made it that way. So instead of Shuffle, I put on Forward Momentum, which is, I think, a really good ability. I just didn't have a space for it before. And yeah, that's pretty much the setup. I think I'm gonna show you first the Murder of Crows, or whatever you want to call it, just so you can see what that looks like. It's kind of good knowing, you know, exactly how everything works, so you can kind of play to its advantage. The Murder of Crows from the Unfathomable Darkness, also you can see that's more cool then. yeah, the crows, they basically surround you and only hit within, I think, 10 meters or something like that. So you want to always stay close to your target. But since we're full melee, that's what we're doing anyway. So that's not really something you have to keep that much in mind. And what's it called? And the Shadowrend and Morkildin set will basically just attack whichever target you triggered it on. I'm not sure if they change targets if you heavy attack another one, but we can actually just check that out real quick. Hopefully we can find like 2 enemies at the same time. Or maybe not. I thought there'd be more enemies. Oh, here's one. Alright, come on. Okay, so that's the murder of crows you can see right here. And it just hits the nearest target. That's the Shadowrend. Come on, hit me, sorry. Fuck, they die too quickly. God damn it. Alright. It's kinda hard to experiment on enemies with this low health, I guess. Okay, that's the Morkildin. Is there another target anywhere? No. Well, whatever. Oh yeah, I kinda wanted to show you the ultimate regen as well. So we just waste all ultimate here. Let's find something to kill. Why is this zone so freaking barren? Like, what the fuck? I thought there'd be more enemies. God damn it. Alright. So once we get them down to like 25. Alright, you can see... Okay, that killed them too fast. God damn it. God. Why am I only fighting really, really weak enemies? Oh shit. These are friendly. God damn it. Alright. But if you look in the bottom, you see there it just gave me 14 ultimate. It's really good also for building the werewolf form, obviously. Which is what I tend to do. Like if there's a lot of NPCs nearby, if you're in Cyrodiil, you kind of want to, you know, just execute them until you get your ultimate ready. Obviously, if you're fighting players, you want to execute the players instead. Yeah, we've almost got it. I just kind of want to show you the reason why I've got the Packmaster. Is it called Packmaster? Maybe it's called Pack Leader. Hold on. Yeah, Pack Leader. The reason why we've got that ultimate version instead of the one that gives extra bleed damage is because of the thing it brings to the table. And kind of the reason why I called this setup the Packmaster. Okay, that's ready. Alright, so you can see now we've got 2 wolves. Then we also get the Shadowrend. We get the Murder of Crows and we get the Morkildin. Oh no, yeah, Morkildin. And then suddenly you've got so many freaking things following you. There is one problem with the Pack Leader morph, and that's the fact that if you die and resurrect, even like while you're still in the werewolf form, the wolves won't respawn. I'm kind of hoping they'll fix this, but considering how many bugs they've just left and haven't done anything about, I'm not very optimistic about it. But anyway, there's going to be a little thing here at the end just showing some moments from PvP. Hopefully you enjoyed this build, and hopefully you can have some fun playing with it. Anyway, thanks for watching.